All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Mustang is Broken and Left Me Stranded. So, as you can see here, we have a new fan wiring harness because of this guy right here. If you guys remember, we made this relay, and apparently a 40 amp relay is not sufficient for GT500 fans. So what ended up happening was, during a really hot day, the relay melted and left me stranded. So I had to go to AutoZone and I found this 30 amp relay that fit in here, but not properly. Super sketchy. There we go. Yeah, see, same relay pattern, but this one is totaled. Solve this once and for all. We have a big boy 70 amp relay with a 60 amp fuse. And it's gonna be just plug and play because it's basically the same wiring setup. I'm just gonna be changing out this smaller gauge for the heavier, nicer stuff. I just scorched my finger like really bad. I was connecting up my signal wires. This main power wire wasn't even connected. I was waiting to connect power until the end. I was connecting the signal wires, and the old one, not even from the new harness, was still connected because I hadn't disconnected it yet. And it touched the strut tower. It glowed super bright red, and I don't even know what happened really. I think I was touching it for some reason, and I yanked back and I got my finger stuck on it. It like melted to my finger. So that really hurt. Here's the wire that got me. I hope I didn't cook my battery. I just finished wiring everything up. I think this is powered, everything's plugged back in. This hurts so bad now, but this is my first test, so. Oh, wow, it works. First try. All right, guys, it's the next day now, and we have our fan problem sorted out again. Tucked all the wires away, so now we can actually get to what today's video is about. So, you want to shoot flames in your Mustang. You want to be that guy at the car meets. You want to be loud and obnoxious. I got just the thing for you. It is this N2MB WOT box right down here. Now what this is going to enable you to shoot flames through an ignition cut. I've had this on my car for quite a while. These wires coming up here, these multicolored wires, they go through the footwell, down through there, into your engine bay. I have them loomed in this harness right here, and they go into your pinout on your ECU right here. And what they do, the way the WOT box works is it measures your throttle position off your TPS sensor, and it measures your clutch position off the clutch sensor underneath there. And you use those parameters to use its no lift shift feature, which when used properly, it enables you to shift faster by cutting ignition and not having to lift off the gas when you're shifting. So you could just stay floored the whole time. When you turn your ignition on and open up our WOT box software, you can make your car shoot flames with the ignition cut. So in order to do this, when you first plug in, you're always going to press read first. Read just makes your computer communicate with the WOT box, and your ignition has to be on first of all. Laser. And once it's on, you press read. So here is the functions of your N2MB WOT box. You have launch control, which is a two-step, which you won't be needing for this. If you want to shoot flames, you don't need two-step, but you can play with these parameters on your own. What you do need is number of cylinders, 8. Ford CKP is what you need for RPM source. This vehicle snapshot down here will, if your car is running, it will show you the measurements you're reading. So if you want to select a certain TPS voltage for when you want your no lift shift to activate, what you can do is press down the throttle, press read, and it will read that the throttle position sensor is reading 3.86 volts. So that's how much 100% throttle is. So we're probably going to want it at about 60% throttle. So we'll press read again. So 60% throttle is 3. So we'll put our number around there for our no lift shift. This is where our no lift shift is. We want to enable this. TPS threshold voltage, That's this number here. We can set this to 3.0. For our ignition cut time in milliseconds, you want to set this to 550. That's the optimal ignition cut for shooting flames. For rev limiter and shift light, we don't need to worry about any of that. So all we have to do now is press right, writing this to the watt box, complete. That's all you have to do. Now for the footwork, this is where the tricky part comes in. When you're traditionally no lift shifting, you're going to be 100% TPS, clutch into shift, still gas on the throttle, and then clutch out. What it's gonna do is it's gonna ignition cut, so it's like you took your foot off the gas, but you didn't actually. What we're going to do when we're going to be shooting flames, it's similar, but it's a little bit different. We're going to be finding an RPM where we're going to be building up fuel in the exhaust. That's usually around like 4,000 RPMs. When it's been there for a second, we go 100% TPS, clutch in, off gas, off clutch. 4,000 RPMs. That's what it looks like. It's like getting ollie timing down. If any of you guys have ever skateboarded, it's like getting the timing down for an ollie. So you want to make sure you both have 100% TPS and 100% clutch pedal at the same time. If you let off one too soon, it's not going to ignition cut. All right, the weather just switched up on us, so we got to hurry and get this tested before it rains. I'm going to test it out. I haven't done it in a while, but we've been driving the car around for a little bit. I'm gonna see if we can hear a flame, because you'll definitely hear it. It's a pretty loud bang when it goes. Alright. It activated, but no flame. More try. Now it's not activating. We have an issue. Okay, so I changed my threshold voltage parameter to 2.51 because I wasn't getting it to activate reliably. So we're gonna go ahead and write this and then try again. I just tested it off camera and it worked. So hopefully we can actually get a shot of a flame now. Alright, we're out of here. It worked. Was it in flame?
Yeah.
So the exhaust just needed to warm up. The exhaust isn't very hot, so it was having trouble igniting the leftover gas and the actual manifolds. But once we got a little heat in the motor, just need a little heat in the motor, it worked fine. That was so loud, it literally like shook my seat.
My eardrums hurt.
Sorry. Okay, we got a couple flames. They're okay, but it's kind of daytime out and you can't really get the full picture of the flames unless it's dark out. So while we have daylight, why don't I go ahead. Uniden, do your thing, hurry up.
Expand.
While it's still daytime, I thought I'd show you guys a true function of the no lift shift, which is actually no lift shifting. Not just for flames, but for like shifting fast. So 200 milliseconds, that should be plenty of time to get a shift in. And you can go ahead and write that so we save it. I'm gonna read my TPS at like 80%. We can read what voltage that is. I'm holding the gas pedal 3. So we can put like 3.00. Activating a 200 millisecond cut. That should be plenty of time to shift. We can always lower it. All right, so now we're gonna actually try to shift fast with it. Oh, the no lift shift got me. I here. We have a big gap. I'm just gonna try a 3-4 first. That's an easy shift. I was too slow on the shift. Wait, I'm gonna try again. Oh, that was fast. Did you hear it chirp fourth? It spun fourth gear. Wow. That was fast. I'm gonna try one more time. Okay, so I want to try to do a 1-2-3 shift with the no lift shift. It's probably gonna spin. That wasn't very good. My foot keeps accidentally touching the clutch, and that's activating the no lift shift and messing me up. That was good. That was good. That was a good 3-4. I didn't no lift shift the 1-2 though because I knew it would spin. Alright, this isn't the best time to be doing it. It's too slippery. Too rainy out. So we're driving home now, and I was thinking why the no lift shift kept activating and messing up my shifts once we were in the rain. What I do when I'm about to shift fast is I leave my left foot sitting on the clutch pedal, and when I'm at 100% throttle, I start putting a little bit of force on the clutch pedal with my left foot, and what that's doing is it's taking there's two clutch pedal sensors. There's one at the bottom of the clutch pedal when it's fully depressed, and there's one at the top of the clutch pedal that senses when the clutch pedal starts to move. And the way the WOT box works is it works on the clutch pedal sensor at the top. So once it senses any bit of movement in the clutch pedal, it automatically starts the ignition cut. So what was happening is me resting my foot on the clutch pedal was causing the ignition cut before I was ready to shift, and then that made the car jolt and made my shift all wonky and made me miss shift and shift slow. So I'm not too sure how to get around that, but a way to fix that would be to switch the ignition cut to a less sensitive sensor, or maybe the sensor at the bottom of the clutch pedal. But anyways, I'm gonna throw in some footage of the shooting flames at night. I'll see you later.